to use is vet could be like a big city, a beautiful city. This is Hong Kong. It's got no relevance to the topic, but the picture looked really sexy, so I thought I had to use it. But vet, this is us. This is us in a system. We didn't build it, but we have to operate in it. The rules, the policies, the processes, the structures that really confine or assist us to do what we need to do. The roads, the pathways, the avenues. This is vet. And whether we like it or not, we're the foot traffic. We're the ones helping people, providing the solutions, the opportunity for people to get from point A to point B as best as we can. For us, working in vet is trying to add value. It's trying to sustain this system. Sometimes we get frustrated. I mean, there's bottlenecks, there's issues, there's things that impede our natural ability to deliver value, deliver things that we want to do. And much like these people stuck in peak hour traffic, we get frustrated, all right? We get really frustrated. And sometimes the traffic gets really, really bad, like really bad. This is actually China. It's a legitimate picture and it scared me. The number of cars, I thought it was Photoshop, but no, it is legit. Every single person in every single car is blaming someone else. All right? But for us, why are we putting ourselves in the car? Why are we going down the road that everyone else is going down, even if we know it's filled with issues? All right? We've got a choice. We've got a choice to do things differently. And if we don't take that choice, people get angry, people revolt. All that frustration converges, and this has got nothing to do with vets, so don't get really scared that, we're under this much attack, but it could happen. I mean, the writing's been on the wall for a while and it's getting worse. So I'm not going to paint a horror story. I'm not going to make it bad. I'm not going to scare you guys. You know what it's like. You know the reality. You have the answers. All right? So let's get out of that and hopefully not focus on these issues, not focus on these fires, because you saw that massive city, that massive vet. There are a few fires. And that's where our focus is being directed. That's where all of our attention is focused. The media, other RTOs, we try and do what naturally I'd do if there was a fire. Get away from this. Move ourselves away from this and say, look, it's not us, it's actually a handful of RTOs. We know that. We know that's the truth. Do our students know that? When it's broadcasted in the media with such a broad brush, vet is horrible, vet is bad, vet is scam artists. It kills the whole brand. And, if I had children of that age, I'd probably direct them away from the burning buildings. But it's easy to run. It's easy to blame other people. It's easy to run and say, it's not us. What it's really hard to do is to stand up for it. Stand up for the city, try and save it. Try and put out those fires. That's the hard thing. But that's the thing that we need to work together to do. To get our resources together and say, look, for every bad story, for every burning fire, there's like a million good ones. Let's shift the focus on that, Then we can get to a better situation, a better place. All right, so hopefully when you were thinking of vet, you thought of somewhere nice like this. And this isn't too far away. Like literally, we're here. All right, so, getting to this point is not that far away. I even went further and said, we're actually here. All right. So imagine us being here already, walking in the halls, coming to this conference. This is magic, pure magic on how I did this, right? There are a few things we need to do to get there, but everyone in here obviously is trying to make a difference. You're here for a purpose. You're here because you want to see a change. You want to see things improve. And if you look around, everyone's going, yes, we want to make a change. But I think everyone waits for someone else. All right. So in our own little discrete parcel of our lives, our own small businesses, whatever your capacity, a trainer, an RTO manager, a compliance manager, dude, even if you just sweep the floors, you can add some value. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you 38 seconds because, it's an arbitrary time, but I think that's enough, is to just talk to the person next to you and just say honestly what you could do to truly amaze your customers. And I don't mean just make them happy, make them go, oh yeah, that was a really good training course or really good product. I want you to just knock their socks off, amaze the shit out of them. Just go to the big dreamland thing. What could I do just to make them the happiest person in the world? Think of one thing, think of two things. This is about you guys engaging. All right, so 38 seconds starts now. I may pick people at random, who knows? I'm going to get in trouble. Oh. You got 14 seconds. I'm just making up the time.
I think they've got under 5 seconds.
Yeah. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Amaze me. All right. Let's bring it back because I don't want to stop lunch. Who's going to amaze me? Anyone? Anyone going to amaze me? Raylene, what have you got? I'm gonna translate.
I was just going to say, for me to amaze my customers,
Yeah.
the thing that they would like most is for me to do what they want them to do rather than meet the compliance requirements.
Right, Raylene said, for me to amaze my customers, for me to blow their socks off, I'm going to do what they want me to do rather than just meeting the compliance requirements. Did that translate okay from English to English? Yeah? Anyone else? Holographic teachers, are you trying to replace us? Great, all right. So for me, agree. That would blow my socks off. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd actually try with my childish mind to go in the holograph and see if I could, teleport, but that would be amazing. Anything else? That would really...
Creating industry-based classrooms?
Yeah, so we had a classroom that was simulated like industry. Perfect, yeah. What about greeting our students when they came in? Even small things. I've got a friend who's got a marketing... I'm not selling anything, by the way. I'm making sure I'm not selling anything, so you don't need to buy anything. But I've got a friend who's got a marketing company. Every time they get a client in, they make a big deal. They've got all the person's name in there. You feel welcome. I guess much like, the morning tea sort of aspect. People feel valued. So there's small things we can do. But our job is to amaze our customers because... What industries do you think we work in? Community service, healthcare? No, we don't. Education? No. We work in service. Our job is to serve the needs of our clients. That's it. And if we're in there for other reasons, then I think we're in the wrong gig. All right. What stops us doing that? I've put it down to 4 things. Apparently people can remember 3 things, but you guys are super intelligent, so let's throw a 4th there. Number 1 is direction. All right? So think about that thing you can do to amaze people and give yourself a score from 0 to 10 about how clear your vision is, how clear your vision is for what you want to do, the change you want to see. 0 is you've got no freaking idea, you're just meditating or watching something on YouTube whilst I was talking. This used to happen a lot when I lectured at university. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? It's like, I'm watching a video on what you're talking about. And I was like, don't look at that junk. Oh, it's about the guy that invented this concept, and you've got it wrong. I'm like, crap. All right, so let's hope you're not Googling this. Give yourself a 10 if you know exactly where you need to go. Exactly where you need to go. You're going to write down 4 numbers at the end of this exercise. 0 to 10, self-assessment on your direction. 5, somewhere in between. It's a bit hazy, but you know where you're going. Again, opportunity. So factor number 1, direction. Number 2 is opportunity. These are all the doors that are either shut or open. The regulations, the roadblocks, the policies, the processes, I know they're there, but the things that sort of mitigate our ability to get to that endpoint. Again, give yourself a 0 to 10. 0. There's so much red tape, there's so much bureaucracy, and you may be running projects or conducts of a, quasi-legal nature, so there's a lot of red tape. 10, there's nothing in your way, so you give yourself a 0 for 10. The next one is probably my most important. It's the why, the motivation. All right, so we've got direction, opportunity. The next one is motivation. 0 is your CBF factor. You just really can't be bothered. All right, there's no inertia. And it's actually sad because things that happen, so I've got a project management background, and there's 2 types of forces. There's push forces and pull forces. One born from an opportunity, one born from necessity. So necessity is our compliance stuff. We have to do it. And those projects, unfortunately, are the ones that succeed. The ones that are born out of proactive nature, out of a way to make things better, are often the ones that don't succeed because there's not enough pull, there's not enough inertia because we're too busy putting out fires. Or we think we're too busy putting out fires. All right. So your motivation, 0 to 10, how much do you want to get to that endpoint? All right, and that's totally on you. Then your ability, the skills, the technology, your organisational capacity. Can you actually get there? And when we're thinking about this, often we're thinking in isolation. Can I use my resources? Can I use my RTO? Can I use my staff? Can I use the stuff I have to get to that point? No, okay, let's give up. What about, can I partner with someone else? Can we pool our resources? Can we collaborate? And in Sarah's presentation, she nailed it. She said, to achieve cool stuff, we need to work together. Right? Even the other presentations, Mark, with the Apple and so on, it was about the combination of ideas. And that's the potential difference from, what we call invention, is us coming up with things by ourselves, but innovation is a combination of ideas. So the combination of synergistical relationships, the combination of pathways with industries, other RTOs, heck, students, let's partner with those guys as well. So when you look at your abilities, they're a lot bigger than you think. All right, so give yourself 0 to 10 again on your abilities. 0, you probably shouldn't be in this industry if you scored yourself ability at 0. 10, you're kicking goals. You've got everything at your disposal. Then this may require some math. Multiply the numbers together. All right, so you've got direction, 0 to 10. Opportunity, 0 to 10. Whatever I said, motivation, I can't remember 3 minutes into it. Ability, you've got 4 numbers, times them together. What do you get? Anyone? 5, 10, 15? I got 10,000 because I'm so cool at self-assessments. It's the only exam you can't fail, right? But that's our potential. So we know that we've got a massive ability to do it. But look at the factor that's the lowest, and that's when you can make the changes. Is it our motivation? Is it our opportunity? Because if a lot of people have high motivation but low opportunity, you become frustrated. You become like one of those people in traffic jams, and you don't want to do this. So for us, quality and achieving those points is an illusion. We think it's this mystical thing that we're never going to get to. And if you've seen this before, it will still stump you like it stumped me. I had to get this for one of my classes because we're talking about communication, perceptions and so on. Would you believe me if I said we can get to the VET system that we want to be at? Would you believe me if I said if we all work together we could get there? Yeah. Good. Now I've got your trust, right? Would you believe me if I said the shading of the squares A and B were identical, the same colour? You're struggling, but it's right there. The solution's right there. Anyone going to jump in? Stand up if you think they are the same colour, because you know it's a trick, and you know you're going to be right if you stand up. But you're too scared to take action. Yeah, everyone's too scared. What if I'm wrong? Who cares? Who cares if you're wrong? Stand up. Anyone? 1, 2. All right, so some people are going half at it. Yeah, all right. I'm Swiss, I'll be on the fence, whatever. Cool. What if we took some of that context away? All right? And this is what we call contextual perception. Because of the factors surrounding it, we have a different and sometimes skewed perception of reality. So, the VET system has a skewed perception of reality. What if we told our students that, hey, it's not all like this? Not all providers are the same. Things are different. And we start adding the actual facts, the right information. People can slowly see. I'm not doing any magic here. I'm just adding things to cover it up, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have believed me if I told you it was true. Now who thinks of the same shading? Yeah, people who stood up feel clever now. Hey, I told you so, right? So for us, it's just a matter of perception. And this one's pretty cool and scary in a minute, but while something does look nice, while something looks rosy, our little minds go on what we know, and our little brains play tricks on us. All right? She looks pretty nice, right? She looks like a welcoming vet sector. No, she doesn't. She's evil, all right? I would not date this chick. But that's our perception. That's our skewed perception. We see things differently. So sometimes we do need to adjust our... I'm going to change because that's really freaking me out. We do need to change our perception of things. Very quickly, when I started lecturing at university, because I had no idea of how to do this, because you actually need some skills to be an educator, and we're not taking this away, I went to one of the guys who'd been there the longest, and I said, well, how do you do public speaking? I used to be a shit scared of public speaking. I would get out of every unit that had a public speaking component, so God knows how I'm here. Anyway, he gave me some really sage advice. He said, if you want people to believe you, quote the dictionary. Nailed it. So now I'm legit, all right? This is taken from the dictionary, and they've got these things called contextual definitions, which, allow you to change the definition based on the context you're coming from. So, for you guys, which one do you think is strongest on how you perceive quality to be? Number one, the standard of, or the degree of excellence in something. So I can't even read. We've got a few takers. Number two, the standard of something is measured against other things of a similar kind. Yeah, okay, so 50-50, we're kind of split. Number three, a distinctive attribute, characteristic, something, something, something. Okay, this one is winning. Okay, good. And number four, just something that's kick-ass. Okay, all right, then that one is now winning. Good. All right. I normally am a bit nice and I give people the luxury of making up their own definition to refute the dictionary, but, you know, pressures of time, whatever. So using only your definition, what I want you to do, and this is a trick and you're going to hate me for it, but whatever, it paints a picture, is use your definition and tell me which one is of higher quality. Here's your definitions. Car number one, the black Lamborghini, or car number two, my Subaru. It's not actually my Subaru, but that is like my car. You're only able to use your definition that you chose. I'm going to get heckled. This is good.
It depends on what you want to use it for.
Yeah, it's a trick, isn't it?
Subaru would be for, Subaru, say, four-wheel drive would be designed for the outback, for rough terrain, whereas the other car,
Lamborghini, yep.
Lamborghini, is not suited for any rough terrain.
Or carrying anything. Even a small child would not fit in that car. Yeah.
They both good quality, except one's good for one area and the other's good for another area.
Right. This is us in the training market. There's plenty of Lamborghinis out there. There's plenty of Subaru Foresters. There's plenty of other cars in the market. They can all arguably be quality. Though with the dictionary definitions, I struggle to delineate them and say that the Forester meets any kind of those quality attributes. Because most of the times we miss an element. We miss the person who's defining quality. And much like beauty, quality is in the eye of the beholder. It's subjective. All right? So quality for us is based on different perceptions. And what we can actually look at and compare these two things is the issue of grade. And grade is technical awesomeness. All right? So you can look at standards, you can look at the degree to which you exceed them. But to define quality, you need to focus on the individual, defining quality. And it is actually okay to have a low-grade product. Get angry at me. It's okay to have a low-grade product. All right? I'll buy a shitty phone that has minimal features. It might be high quality for me. I can lose it, I can break it. I'll buy cheap sunglasses. I might go to a one-day training course because I just need a bit of refreshing. Arguably low grade. I might go to a course with no resources because I don't need the resources. I just want the interaction. You guys don't have handouts. Question the grade of this session. Right? But it's not okay to have low quality. Low quality infers that you're not meeting the needs of the person defining quality. So low grade acceptable, low quality fail. And I think if we take that away, that's good. So achieving quality starts here. And think about how individually we define quality.